What makes an anime great? Perhaps the animation, art style, story, characters, or even voice actors. In my opinion, a great anime is one that's able to stick with you long after you finished it. This year's summer season was one with big name shows returning with their second season, like Dan Dan Dan, My Dress Up Darling, and Kaiju number 8. Not to mention a long wait finally being over and seeing the anticipated return of Grand Blue Season 2 and Bunny Girl Senpai. But looking back at this year as it comes to an end, one show stood out for me. That show being the 6th episode ONA, Takopi's Original Sin. Without knowing anything beforehand, you wouldn't think much about it from just the title and cover alone. At least that's what I thought as I went blindly into this. Before I continue, there are some spoilers I will be talking about, but only for the first episode. Without further ado, let's begin. From the start, you're introduced to this space alien octopus creature from a planet referred as Planet Happy, who has crash landed on Earth, then gets discovered inside a pipe by a 4th grader schoolgirl named Shizuka Kuze. She names the creature Takopi, and it explains that their goal is to bring happiness to people by using gadgets called Happy Gadgets. Takopi makes its mission to help Shizuka smile more and tries to figure out how to do so, but in return discovers how bad Shizuka's life is. Here's where we get introduced to Shizuka's bully, Marina, who torments her due to her dad's actions of being with Shizuka's mom, who is hinted of being an escort, which in turn makes life at home hard for Marina, and she puts the blame on Shizuka. School is basically hell for Shizuka. The only happiness she ever experiences is coming home to her dog that her dad left her named Chappie. Takopi's actions seem to make things worse for Shizuka to the point where it has to go back in time, multiple times actually, using a gadget called a happy camera for a redo. It's here where Takopi seems to experience fear for the first time, when it turns into Shizuka using a gadget and talks to Marina, which leads to Marina beating Takopi up. The episode concludes with seeing how Marina's home situation is bad, and her mother seems to be abusive towards her. The story itself, in my opinion, is so well executed, with each episode leaving you on the edge of your seat, wondering how they will resolve this issue that occurs later in the show. Not to mention the voice actors doing such a good job conveying each character's emotions. The art style itself captures your attention so quickly, and good animation makes everything come together so well. Takopi's Original Sin tackles some heavy subjects involving depression, bullying, and suicide. The way it's shown and told through these characters is what makes me still think of this show well after I have finished it. With Takopi and Shizuka's views on the world being completely different. Takopi sees the world in a naive and benevolent way, while Shizuka sees it in a dark and sad way. Takopi's character alone is amazingly done, as it shows how its views on the world and what humanity is changes throughout the story. Another subject I would like to touch on is the parents and adults in these kids' lives. It shows how parents and adults' actions can heavily affect the kids around them, as well as how much they have failed not just Shizuka but Marina and Azuma, who is later introduced as the classmate of Shizuka who tries to help her. In the end, I feel like there isn't really a character that is shown who I can say I liked, but that is what makes the show so compelling. A story that shows true raw human emotion and how shitty people can truly be. I may not be the best person at persuading you to watch Takopi, or even what I said in this video being enough to get you to even give it a chance. It's okay, because I feel like this show is one to watch when the time is right, as it will make you appreciate it more, or even leaving a bigger impact on you like it did with me. Of course, if you're not in a great state of mind, then I don't recommend watching it just yet. Same with people who aren't fully interested in watching it at all in one sitting. Takopi's Original Sin may not be the anime of the year, or even a massive niche show that becomes mainstream, but for me it's a show that has left a massive impact on me and has truly become one of the best anime I have watched this year.